the top 10 best library across the nation in India today and Nelson survey in 2016. He has initiated many development of the open access knowledge gateway and IR in MS University. He is also associated with different committee, member of IPSC committee, member of academic integrity committee, annual report committee, member of Senate member, and he is also associated almost all the library associations working presently in the India, and many he is also associated with many associations who is working abroad also, and very rich experience. So with this small introduction, sir, I welcome you in Mizoram University, this fifth faculty induction program. All the there is a 25 registered participant in this faculty program, and all are the assistant professor, but they belong to the different subject area. So it is a great opportunity for them. Recently, they entered in the assistant professor, means their job in the university or college system. So your expertise will be very useful for them. So with this, I welcome you, and with me we have a Professor Bharatendra Singh, who is a professor of the commerce and co-coordinator of this FIP program, who is looking all FIP this course. So I welcome you, and now handing over the session to you for your lecture, sir.
Thank you, Professor Verma. Very good morning to all. Greetings from Maharaja Sayajirao University of Barodara. I'm happy to be here. Very much thankful to the rectors of Mizoram, the authorities of Mizoram, the directors, my special thanks to Mr. Verma for giving me an opportunity to share my views. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, sir, but noise little breaking. It is breaking noise, I think. So if you
Voice
fix,
is cutting.
yeah, voice is cutting in middle, sir, not coming.
Myself nearby to the
Yeah.
Okay. So, Maharaja Sayajirao, second please go my Maharaja Sayajirao University was Baroda, and unique residential university. And many of you might be aware that the library movement was started in the Baroda Prince State during 1911. And Maharaja has invited their daughters who was the citizen of library in Baroda State to establish library system in Baroda Prince State. And he has mandated for compulsory library, mandated for compulsory library in every tehsil of Baroda Prince State. Today, I look at a topic, library and academic productivity. Universities are teaching and for some of them have a limited academic activity. For teaching is the most time demanding and prominent activity. This regard, only a small subset of them appears to the ranking. If you look at the global ranking, hardly you will find any university of India top ranking. So the role of basic care is created care also to help
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but sir, I think need to fix your voice is not coming clear, or the participant also they are informing us through message. So yeah. You try, sir, then we will see.
Hello, am I on?
Yeah. Now, very good, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so now voice is clear, isn't it?
Yeah, sir. It is very
Okay.
clear now.
So should I proceed now?
Yeah, sir. You please.
Okay. So UGC has created this UGC Care List, a consortium for academic research and ethics of relevant stakeholders. And predatory journals is a problem in India. And in India, predatory journals are also increasing nowadays. So hopefully UGC Care List of journals will control the issue, and active involvement of the academic community coupled with strong support from the government shall remain key drivers for successfully promoting research quality, academic integrity, and control predatory publishing in India. Universities need to adopt strategies for reducing cost and increasing quality in higher education. On becoming a productive university quickly reminds us of cost, efficiency, effectiveness, productivity, and quality. So let me share my PPT. Sagar, F5. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible, sir. But in PPT mode, better if you make presentation mode.
Yeah, I have already done it. Okay. Slide is not moving. Is it visible now?
Sir, it is visible, but in PPT mode, it is not in presentation mode. But okay, no problem, sir. Your front is very big. We can continue.
Not in presentation mode. Just a wait minute.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay, sir. Presentation.
Okay. So if we look at the definition of academic productivity, is an individual level is about socialization, motivation, content, information, research abilities at basic and advanced level. And being productive or being efficient is a vital aspect of a student's being. It means that students have to be the most efficient if they wish to reach their goals. So academic performance is the extent to which a student, teacher, or institution has attained their short or long-term educational goal and is measured either by continuous assessment or cumulative grade point average, that is CGPA. So nowadays, most of the people believe that everything is available on Google. So as a library or a librarian has to compete with the Google. But if you look at the pros and cons of the Google content, Google, no doubt, Google is everywhere. It is most popular also. And it maintains a 100 petabyte search index comprise over 30 million rows. So very fast. And Google is an excellent web-based portal that gathers the state of current events at breathless lightning speed. But if you look at the about the cons, that is this advantage of the Google, then you will not get a reliable or authentic content from the Google. And you cannot get the answer of each and everything. And you are newly recruited teachers, so far as the academic research point of view, it is not much there for academic research. You need to go the subscribe content of the library only to get the academic research. And Google covers only 4% of deep web. I mean, over internet, there are deep web, dark web, and many other contents are there. But Google cover very less scholarly publication, and it is not accessible via Google. So these are the some of the advantages of the disadvantages of the Google, sorry. So now learning resources, the scholarly and peer review content. As a teacher, you need to access the scholarly and peer review content only, and it should be an authorized content and trustworthy content. It should be a published data, and if you access the academic content through your library catalog or opaque, then you can use the search term and you can narrow down your search term by using Boolean operators. You can filtrate your search term, you can truncate it, you can narrow down your search so that you can get the accurate and pinpointed information. So as a library professionals uh, are highly skilled and trained who directs researcher in proper directions. So library databases, which are scholarly databases, will direct you to detailed and thoughtful bibliographies. So now data, that is research data, is a very important aspect. At a broad level, data are items of recorded information considered collectively for reference or analysis. So data can occur in a variety of formats that include but not are limited to notebooks, survey responses, software and code, measurements of from laboratory or field equipment such as IR spectra or chromatograph or hygrothermograph images and so on. So for research data, there is no consensus on the definition. It varies according to discipline. So research data, unlike other types of information, is collected, observed, and created for purpose of analysis to produce original research results. It is defined as a recorded factual material commonly retained by and accepted in the scientific community as necessary to validate research findings. Although the majority of such data is created in digital format and all research data is included irrespective of the format in which it is created. This definition I have taken from the EPSRC. So this is a very emerging area, and library professional have to play a key role in research data management. It is a part of the research process, and it is a scientific process enhanced by managing and sharing research data. Good research data management practices allows reliable verification of results and permits new and innovative research built on existing information. If research data management is good at our university, then we can collaborate with the global researcher in an efficient way. So most research council now have policies in place which encourage or mandate the creation of research data management plan, the deposit of research data in a recognized data center where such exist. Many leading journals require underlying data sets also to be published or made accessible as a part of the essential evidence base of a scholarly article. When you submit your manuscript in a journal, so many a times many journals or publisher ask for the research data that also they publish along with your article publication. So research data management concern the organization of data from its entry, means the where from where the data is being generated from the laboratory, or if you talk about the social sciences, then from the surveys. So it should be maintained from the entry level to the research cycle through to the dissemination and archiving of valuable result. It aims to ensure reliable verification of results and permits new and innovative research built on existing information. So RDM is a part of the research process, and it makes the research process as efficient as possible. So as a library, we need to organize structure and name data. We have to maintain the metadata also. We have to keep it, we have to archive it, and provide access, store, and back it up. So first of all, if you go for research, you need to find out the information resources which are the resources available in your library or in other research platform, and then you need to share with collaborators, and more broadly publish and get cited. If you publish it in open access journals, you will get more citation definitely. So that also you need to keep it in mind. Data like journals and books is a scholarly product. Especially digital data is fragile and easily lost. So archival and maintenance of research data is very, very, very important. There are growing research data requirement imposed by funders and publishers. It saves time and resources in long run, and good management helps to prevent errors and increase the quality of your analysis. So well managed and accessible data allows others to validate and replicate findings. It facilitates sharing of research data, and when shared data can lead to valuable discoveries by others outside of the original research team. So research data is a public good, and it is a publicly funded research are produced in the public interest, so should be made openly available with or without restriction. Although we do not have a mandate in India to keep public funded research in open domain, but in many countries, the public funded research data are in open domain. So we need to plan for its preservation also, and we need to make it discoverable also. So metadata should also be available and discoverable. And in some cases, we need to maintain the confidentiality of the research data also. It is also needed in some experiments like another confidential matters. So we also need to ensure the legal and ethical and commercial constraints assessed, and provision for a period of exclusive use to enable research teams to publish results. Data users should acknowledge data sources and terms and condition of access. So investment is appropriate and must be efficient and cost effective. So how it affects you? A researcher can personally benefit from good practices in research data management. If our university has adopted a good research RDM policy, then our research or our research data is publicly available, and as a researcher we can get more citation, we can get more collaborators. So RDM policy should be decided at institute level, and its metadata policy can also be decided. Equally pressures are growing on researcher and institution with greater oversight of a research process and demands for evidence of research integrity. So evidence-based research is also more important. And there has been a decisive shift towards greater oversight of the research process, motivated by the driving principle of data as a public good. So why we need to manage the data? Because if there is a no good research data management policy, then it is very risk of losing of data. So risk of data loss, non-repeatability, that is we can avoid the duplication also, and institutional reputational risk. Can you demonstrate research verification, validation, integrity? Need to repeat work. If you can't make sense of it, is not documented effectively. If our RDM policy doesn't ensure the proper management of research data, then probably duplication may happen. Big data enable reuse. If our data is available openly, then we can reuse it, we can re-engineering it, and we need to give the access to data and or result to other researcher or to the public, just as a part of good practice to share, cite, and reuse. But generally, we are not ready to share our data, or we are not ready to share our information among the public. So this is the drawback of growing research. And in many a times, funders like WHO or many other funders, they mandate for the requirement to open the data, and it is a mandate from the funders. So it is by sharing the data, it is easier to find the data and combined with other data. It identifies versions of data. It enables sharing, citation impact, and H index. You can increase your H index and impact by making it available. You can demonstrate value of for funding and likelihood for further funding, and enhance the enable collaborative research also. Digital curation is the selection, preservation, maintenance, collection, and archiving of digital assets, because nowadays we are getting e-only content. So digital curation is generally referred to the process of establishing and developing long-term repositories of digital assets for current and future reference by researcher, scientists, historians, and scholars. So library is always there to help you to create, plan, organize, share, and look after your research materials. And if you look at the research cycle, then digital curation and data preservation are ongoing process requiring considerable thought and the investment of adequate time and resources. It ensures that this designated users can easily get the access of digital objects on a day-to-day basis, that is 24/7 access. Some digital objects may be publicly available, whilst others may be password protected. You can appraise and select, evaluate digital objects and select those requiring long-term curation and preservation. So if you look at the digital curation life cycle, ingest, first of all, transfer digital objects to an archive, trusted digital repository. Trusted digital repository means the repository must have a mirror server, or the data must be 100% ensured that institute may not lose the data in future also. Preservation action, it undertake actions to ensure a long-term preservation and retention of the authoritative nature of digital objects. Reappraise, that is return digital objects that fail validation procedures for further appraisal and selection. Storage is also more important. We need to keep the data in a secure manner as outlined by relevant standards. We need to follow the various global standards, Z39 and other standards. And we need to access and reuse uh, the data are accessible to designated users for first time use and reuse. Some material may be publicly available. We need to transform and create new digital objects from original, for example, by migration into different format. Say, for example, your university might be using some software, and when institute decide to transform from one software to another software, then the whole data must be transferred into another software, like from Sol to Koha or Koha to any other software, like that. So digital curation involves maintaining, preserving, adding value to digital research data throughout its life cycle, as well as it also reducing duplication of efforts in research data creation, curation, and long-term value of existing data by making it available for further high quality research. Digitization is also an important aspect. Why I'm discussing all this point? Because library is going to play a very key role in all this aspect, like research data management, digitization, and all these things will increase the academic productivity of the institution. So this is the binary data that computers and many devices with computing capacity, such as digital cameras and digital hearing aids, can process. For example, an original historical document may only be accessible to people who visit its physical location. But if the document content is digitized, it can be made available to people worldwide. There is a growing trend towards digitization of historically and culturally significant data. Here, I would like to narrate one example that our chancellor is from the royal family at the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. One fine morning, I got a call from my chancellor, madam, that she is in need of a document, a speech which was given by Maharaja Ranjit Singh Gaikwad, as he was a parliamentarian, and he has given a speech. Fateh Singh Rao Gaikwad, he has given a speech in 1971 against Privy Purses. So that document was very rare and it was never available in any of the library across the India. Then I have approached various library like states, public archives and other libraries, but I was unable to get it. Then I have approached at Parliament Library, and from that library I have got a digitized speech of the Maharaja Fateh Singh Rao Gaikwad, which was given in 1971 against Privy Purses. So likewise, you can get a, if the things are being digitized, you can get a very rare document, very previous document like from 16th or 17th century also. So digitization is also very important aspect. So, so far as the publication point of view, library can help you in many way. First of all, if you wish to, as a teacher or as a researcher, if you wish to find out, you wish to publish an article, then first of all, you need to find out the journal, because many complexity is there in journals like periodicity, then open access, then APC charges, and close access, the journals which is having the impact factor. So many kinds of factors you need to take care. So journal finder, so finding the journal, a library can always help you. Library and librarian can support you for editorial services like submission of the article, and then after submission also, if you may get the query and then ask you to resubmit, then also you can get the support from the library. Review of literature is always there, and through the OPEC and other scholarly resources at the library, you can get the review of literature. Google Scholar, ORCID, and Researcher ID. Every teacher and researcher must have to create this ID, which are very useful in their research and teaching career. Then various indexings are there, Scopus, Web of Science, UGC Care. So nowadays it is mandated by the UGC that your publication must be, journal must be indexed under UGC Care List or Scopus or Web of Science. So you need to take care of these things also. Then so far as the book publication is concerned, you need to take care of the ISBN or ISSN number. So in this area also, library and library staff can help you for getting book published. You can get a ISBN number with the help of librarian, and from where it has to be received, that also can be guided by the library staff. Then this digital object identifier is also very important for the access of your published article. Then various journals are asking various citation styles like APA, MLA styles. To generate various styles, library staff can help you. Then, as I have told you, open access and paid journals. Academic integrity and plagiarism. Your university must be having the access of anti-plagiarism software through InflibNet. So in this area, you can also get the support from the library staff. Then use of open educational resources. It is the need of the hour right now, open educational resources. Many of the free resources are there on internet. So we need to create a portal of open access resources. Then use of social media for getting more citation of your articles. It is also needed. And then e-publishing. So all these area, library and library staff can support you for increasing academic productivity. So far as the citation style is concerned, these two, Zotero and Mendeley, are free software, and library staff can help you in downloading all this software. And through this software, you can generate various styles of citation style. And these are available with some subscription, Reference Manager, EndNote, RefWorks, and ProCite. Then various types of social medias are there. So as a researcher, you must have the presence on this, at least in some of the social media like SlideShare. You can share your presentation, and LinkedIn is a professional website. So whatever you do, any professional work, you need to share on this platform. You can exclusively use all these social media platform. Researcher ID is an identifying system for scientific authors, and it was introduced by Thomson Reuters. Sometimes this system is very much helpful in author identification. Many a times in surname and same name, it occurs a problem. There are authors with same name with the same initials, or the journals misspells names, resulting in several spellings for the same authors and different authors with the same spelling. On Researcher ID website, authors are asked to link their Researcher ID to their own articles. So this way, they can help you for your publication list to get it updated. And this is particularly important for researchers in field that predominantly use peer-reviewed conference articles. So it combined use of digital object identifier with researcher ID, and it allows a unique association of authors with scientific articles to link researcher. So researcher ID has been also criticized by for being commercial and proprietary, but also praised as an initiative addressing the common problem of author misidentification. So these are the advantage also. It provides a solution to the author ambiguity problem within the scholarly research community, and it enables researchers to manage their publication list, track their times, cited counts, H-index, and identify potential collaborators and avoid authors' misidentification. It is free, non-proprietary, platform-neutral registry, open data software, API, and documentation. Then another is Scopus ID. It is an author ID, is another identifier specifically by Scopus database. Automatically author, it identify authors. It create publication list. Citation matrix is also available. While if you look at the limitations, author identification not accurate unless author feedback has been provided. No online user profile, only offered to the authors that have papers published in journal indexed by Scopus. It cannot attach publication from other sources to your Scopus author ID. It means if you have published your article in Scopus index journal only, then only it can shown on over here. Google Scholar is a freely accessible web search engine that indexes the full text or metadata of scholarly literature across an array of publishing formats and discipline. Google Scholar Index include most peer-reviewed online academic journals. It covers the books, conference paper, theses, dissertations, preprints, abstract, technical reports, and other scholarly literature, court opinion, and patents also. So another researcher ID is ORCID. It aims to solve the name ambiguity problem in research and scholarly communication by creating a central registry of unique identifiers for individual researcher and an open transparent linking mechanism between ORCID and other current researcher ID. So an ORCID identifier or ORCID ID is a persistent unique numeric identifier for individual researcher and creators. Your ORCID record, which includes your ORCID identifiers, holds non-sensitive information such as name, organization, and research activities. Since many major publishers and other information producers are integrating ORCID identifiers into their products and tools, having an ORCID identifier may help simplify process like journal article, manuscript submission. If you are having ORCID ID, then it will be easier for you to submit your manuscript, because many a times publishers site directly fetch your results or fetch your research data from your ORCID ID. So some granting agency like National Institute of Health are piloting the use of ORCID identifier to manage granting information. Probably in future, UGC can also made it mandatory for ORCID ID to each and every academician or researcher in India. So ORCID provides a persistent digital identifier that distinguishes you from every other researcher, and through integration in key research workflow such as manuscript and grant submission, supports automated linkage between you and your professional activities, and that your work is recognized globally. Creating an ORCID identifier takes only 30 seconds. These are the some of the benefits of ORCID. It establishes your identity as an author, stays with you throughout your professional career. It ensures you get credit for all your work, even if you have published under different names. Suppose right now you are working with one university. After some time or after few years, you may change your university. But even though ORCID will maintain all your research record, whether you have published it from X university or you have published it from Y university, like that. So databases increasingly allow people to search using ORCID. It links with existing ID. For example, research ID, you can link your researcher ID with ORCID ID. And journals use ORCID in contact details also. I have given this comparison matrix of all this Web of Science, Google Scholar, and Scopus. Various pros are there, and various cons are also there in next slide. So if you look at the Web of Science, it covers more than from 1900 present for some journals, while in Scopus it includes more than 20,000 plus journal titles, and automatically generate H index. All these three platform, Google Scholar and Scopus, generate web H index. So these are the some of the pros of this three metrics, and these are the cons. And while in Web of Science, it coverage of journal title is not as wide as Scopus, around 12,000 active journals, while depth of coverage in Scopus is not as impressive as the width. Many journals are only covered for the last 5 years. Relatively poor coverage of arts and humanities in Scopus, and the citation and calculation based on them are only available from publications since 1996. So these are the cons in Scopus. So if you look at the Scimago global ranking, India is on very almost on 5th or 6th position. So this is the country ranking which shows the publication and H index chart. So we need to improve in this area. And there is a very strong correlation between the usage of e-research, e-resources, and the research productivity. So the usage of e-resources available at our library must be in an optimum way. I have given this slide, university research publication and productivity. So here I have given the one slide which describe the usage of HM library website hits, which shows there's almost 1 lakh users per month. Because over and above the physical resources, we are getting e-only content also. So we need to consider the virtual users also, because many of the people access the library from their home or from their departments. So as a library professional, we need to consider the virtual users also. MOOCs, this is another platform in which library can help you. MOOCs is a massive open online courses which are free online courses available for anyone to enroll. It provides an affordable and flexible way to learn new skill, advance your career, and deliver quality educational experiences at scale. MOOCs.org is an extension of EDX, a leader in online learning and education. Many other platforms are there, Coursera and other things are there, but MHRD has also created this platform with the help of NPTEL, Swayam, EPG Pathsala. So as a teacher or as a researcher, you need to create content. By using content management software like Moodle and Joomla, library professional can help you to increase academic productivity. Well, I was talking about the open educational resources, which are freely accessible, openly licensed text, media, and other digital assets that are useful for teaching, learning, and accessing as well as for research purpose, in which open source software, open source hardware, open standards are there, open access journals and books, and other research platforms are there like DOAB, the Directory of Open Access Journals, Directory of Open Access Books, and many others are there. Open design, open knowledge, open data, open content, open courseware, open educational resources, open educational practices, Khan Academy and Hathi Trust. These are the platform created by many non-profit organizations. So research support services for citation styles, you can consult your library staff, various citation styles. Altmetrics is another metrics which covers the your presence on social media styles also. Exploring social networking tools, the library staff can help you. To create your researcher profile, library staff is always there to help you. Collaborative approach, research impact, measurement as national and international level like NIRF ranking or NAC or ISO standards. Library staff can always be there to help you in all these areas. Shodh Ganga and Shodh Gangotri are the platform created by Inflibnet to deposit PhD thesis, and synopsis can be deposited by researcher on Shodh Gangotri. And then eShodh Sindhu, through which your university might be getting many of the academic resources, databases. Then literature search, review of literature, where and how to publish a paper or a book, make research data online, research data management toolkit, open access toolkit, IT support, data research center, institutional research repository. These are the area in which library can help you. Then about the skill zone, language and communication skill. In this area, language lab can also be created in the library. And then reference management tools, subject tutorials, lib guides, subject guides can be created by library to help the researcher and academic community. Extracting information through discovery services, and then for some craft work and other things, 3D printing and maker spaces can be created in the library. Institutional repository is must be mandatory for each and every academic institution. One can upload scholarly communication, one can store learning materials, courseware, question bank can also be uploaded, and electronic publishing, collection of research documents, preserving digital materials for long term, and IR can be customized as per the need of the universities. Like we are having 13 faculties in the Maharaja Sayajirao University, so we have customized it as per the need of our university. So adding to the university's prestige by showcasing the academic research and institutional leadership role for the library, knowledge management, research assessment, encouraging open access to scholarly research. Annual reports can be uploaded on the IR, and even annual lectures can also be uploaded. Then individual researcher and their institutional affiliation, publication, metadata, grants, patents, awards, honors received by researcher, citation counts, and other measures of research impact. Courses taught, students advised, committee, and so many things can be uploaded on institutional repository. As I was talking about the open educational resources, We at MSU have created this open knowledge gateway. It provides a platform to the students, researcher, and faculty of MSU to access the free academic resources available on internet without geographical limitations. While I was looking at the website of the Mizoram University, I also observed that it is good to see that a portal has been created for during COVID time to access all open educational resources. So my congratulations to the entire team of Mizoram University. So some of the productivity tools can also be used by researcher, and library staff can also help you. Prezi is for creating your PowerPoint presentation, and Google Drive, Box, Dropbox. These are the tools can be used. So uh, these are my few suggestions. Research and consultancy cell, academia unit, and academic integrity, PhD entrance examination, publication units, etc. should be under one umbrella, and a mandate for data sharing, and library and library staff must be the part of these all units, so that centralized archival and centralized storage can be happen. Then research data center or repository, research repository, institutional repository, a mandatory author profile for each IQAC coordinator. Like we are having a different IQAC coordinator in different faculties. So there must be a mandate from the university that at least an IQAC coordinator must have an author profile. Mandatory ID, Scopus, Researcher, Google Scholar, or SIT, either of these. And central research data server, that can be a cloud server. And there is an utmost need to create a research librarian post, because in many of the universities, I have observed that post of librarian is vacant across the India. So research librarian post is highly needed in the future course of time. Mandate to upload all scholarly publication in open domain, that is in institutional repositories. And all these things can be passed through PG Council to implement all these things. Research method score, MOU for Shodh Chakra. Shodh Chakra is an initiative recently created by Inflibnet, uh, through which university can maintain the research data of all the authors and all the teachers on a centralized platform. So this is a very wonderful platform. In closing, remember we are here today because of excellent teachers and mentors. We stand on the shoulders of the giants, and it is up to us to continue and to innovate, to instill life into our specialty and ensure a future for it. So we are in the process of generating information highway, which looks like today on the left side, and we wish to be having in future by tomorrow on the right side. So these are the some of the references from where I have taken and prepared this presentation. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here to answer your question if any. You can put your question in Q&A box. Hello. Hello. Namaskar. Any questions? I am here online. Okay, okay. He is not responding. That's why I called you. Okay, 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 okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Uh,
Any questions? I asked to the attendee that if there any question, they can put in question and answer box.
so far, I'm not seeing any question in QA and box. So,
Okay.
friends, if you are having any question, just put it up in chat box. No questions, only thank you. Thank yous are coming, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So, should we conclude the session then, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so friends, that is a question and that is a session with Professor Mayank Trivedi, sir. And if you are not having any question, we'll be closing the session here with telling thanks to Professor Trivedi, sir, for sparing his time for the course. On behalf of all the participants and on behalf of the HRDC, I would like to say thanks to you, sir. And I hope in our next sessions also you will be making
Sure,
yourself
sure.
available for
Sure,
this.
sir. Thank you, Professor
And
Bhupinder
thank you,
Bhalchandra.
sir. Thank you.